Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and here back a feature conflict of interest. So, we're now back here to listen to my hilarious jokes. So tell us, Miss Keys, what happened on the very high top floor of this high top tower? I think it's pretty obvious that Wayne did it. Well, I mean, yeah, Wayne the Breakaway, the Parks. He came up and met Mr. Valleys right before he died. Yeah, cameras is watching each room, so there's lots of footage of him. But not a penthouse. Pent up anger. They were the only two there, so he's the only one who could have done it. Yeah, okay, thank you. Did I do it right, Mr. Angered Prosecutor? That's a nice name. I prefer Prosecutor Williamson, but yes, you did fine. Whoopee! That was a very thorough testimony. I didn't see any room for doubting it. Right? Yes? Don't do this whole thing again. What are you waiting for? Cross-examination. Okay, thank you. It's only been a second since I was planning on it. He's gonna cross-examine me? That sounds kinky. Get your goddamn bondage fetish out of here. Believe me, Sarah, it's probably nothing like whatever you're imagining. Yeah. Okay, that bottom thing also as well looks really weird. But that's just me. The only one. I think it's pretty obvious that Wayne did it. Please leave your speculations to yourself, Sarah. I'm gonna turn all the jurists against me. Oh yeah, we still the jurists then, even though I'm they don't want to bring it up really at all. Like even like in Apollo one of the last case, like they brought up at like the very beginning of the trial, they're like brought the jurists, and now they're not even mentioned until like, just have change some line, just like bringing them up before the case happens. Just like are you ready? Defense, are you ready? Prosecution, are you ready? Jurors, are you ready? ... I've been told they are ready. Yes. Huh? But isn't that what we do in court? No. What we do in court is find the facts of a case through evidence. Please leave your personal thoughts out in the future. Oh, well, the rest of it's fine, right? Yes, I thought so. I didn't. He came up and meet with Mr. Valleys right before he died, and because of the power outage, and I can't remember what time exactly Wayne went into like the entrance into the building, which is literally a reskin of like that scene of like Investigation 1 of Dead Man, and yeah. Did you see the meeting? No, Mr. Valleys didn't like it when people eavesdropped on his personal conversations. He was a mob boss after all. Right, so I wasn't actually able to see Wayne kill him. But he did go in there. Do you know what they talked about? No, he just came in and it was all like, I'm talking to Mr. Valleys, and I was like, oh really? And he was like, oh yeah, really? And I was like, oh nuh-uh, and he was like, yeah, and I was all like, god damn it. That's enough. Thank you. The boys of the defendant met with the victim. I thought I said things just fine. Yes. Big ol' sigh. The camera's watching each room, so there's lots of footage of him. Well, I'm pretty sure that's the whole thing, the power outage. When you say lots of footage, how much do you mean? You know, like lots, tons, much so. Give me direct measurements. Hours, minutes, seconds, microseconds, nanoseconds, and everything in between and below that. I showed you that clip yesterday, remember? Of him sitting outside the building. Here he is. Assuming he's the defendant. The only person who would have a video of that morning. Outside the building. That video doesn't show the crime. It's just a clip of my client entering the room. Oh, that's actually meant to be the outside of the penthouse floor. That's weird because that's literally obviously a road outside and a gate. Were you paying attention? You said the defendant was the only person to go in there. Yeah. Keep your pants on. I agree. She was quite clear on this point. Actually, she didn't say that he's the only one who entered the room. Just that he's the only one they have a video of. Yes. She could be lying! There were only the two there, so he's the only one who could have done it. I'm pretty sure the power out is a thing, but it doesn't help to learn more. Are you sure about that? Yep. Great. This alone should be enough for a guilty sentence. Indeed. Once Mr. Wright is done with this cross-examination, the jurors can probably decide their verdict. In that case, I better find something quick. Finish this up, Wright. There's no need to drag it out. This is like a rather solid testimony. It's not what I would like to start off with, but I have to work with what they give me. Did he see anything wrong with it? Actually, I did notice something strange. Come on, present something. Yeah, don't tell me how to do my job unless you want to handle it. I know you did handle a case all by yourself or anyone else, well, you know. After he died, we have camera footage watching each room. There's lots of footage of him. No, what is? What? There was a power outage right before then. It does not prove okay. I'm gonna say that penalty is in order here. There was a power outage though. Hold on, was there anything did I see that wrong? The entire building a power failure from. That's wrong. Oh no. That was the one thing, like, besides, like, well, I don't think we're actually in the part where the difficulty spike just yet, but oh boy, don't tell me, oh god. We have cameras watching each room, so there's a lot of footage of him. That's a lie, there's a power outage. And let's look at the thing, and network security cameras, alarms, guards, to watch over every room pen at the top. That's literally of him outside, but nothing else. And actually, if there's even a video of that, then why, if there's a video of him entering the room, why, there's a blackout though? Well, I forget what time he walked into the room, but like, the murder happened like at 6 o'clock. Did you mention anything about time? Nothing about time, pretty obvious. He came up and met with Wright before he died. Well, right before, yeah, that's true. Like, half an hour before, though. I don't remember the time, so... eh. That camera's watching each room, so there's a lot of footage of him. That's not true, but apparently that's not good enough. A blackout, even though there's footage of... What? Okay, my brain is lapsing. Yeah, the only two there, so he's the only one who could have done it. Only two there. Only two there. Well, he can't present anything like the Sir Galante, though. He died at 6 AM. This is a blood loss, a tire wound. Everything matches up, but yet this goddamn blackout data should be... Don't tell me to present the camera. And this is the reason why I like save scumming, because of stuff like this. I swear, I need to find a... Like, is there a quick button to, like, map to or something like that, so just, like, just save it right there before I go into the menu, because of immersion breaking. But then I'll still forget that I have that, and just go to the menu anyway. Came out the reality before he died, we have cameras watching each room, so there's a lot of footage of him. And the only one's tuned there, so he could have been the only one who done it. Like, literally, like, lots of footage of him, like, don't tell me the cameras. Oh my god, that's annoying! What was it he told me yesterday? I can't remember? He said lots of stuff. God. Never mind you then. Mr. Riley said the cameras removed from his rooms a while ago. He said they spooked him, you know? Wait, what? She never mentioned anything about there was, like, there's a camera in the room, the penthouse, though. She mentioned that there was lots of footage of Wayne entering, like, throughout the building. And the blackout proves that, but you're going with the whole fact that there's no camera in the penthouse, which you never brought up at all. What? Oh, right. Okay, maybe I was wrong about, like, how hard the difficulty spike was. It's like this. We're going into moon logic now, jumping into things which we should... Oh, okay. Well, this is going into the whole thing of, like, oh god, about... You should know what the author intended for you to do without really much... Oh god. That's right. This feels hollow. You have lots of footage of Mr. Parker, but you're lacking video of the most important thing. God. Know the crime. There were no security cameras at the penthouse, and yet the blackout happened, like, for an entire hour, like half hour before. There's, like, an entire hour missing footage of, like, exactly the time frame when he died. Sorry? I must have forgotten that. That was oddly convenient to forget. Honestly, but at the same time, like, I don't blame Abadia for saying this right here, right now, but at the same time, Phoenix, where are you jumping off from? This no, like, we're not jumping off from low point gravity to the moon, okay? Moon logic jumping? No. Yes, there are no cameras in that room. I can imagine why the witness would forget something trivial like that. Trivial? Yes, trivial. No need footage of the murder. Because the point remains that the defendant was the only one to have opportunity. Yeah, he's right. Mr. Parker entered the penthouse. He was the last one to do so before Miss Keyes discovered the body. Mr. Wright, would you like to say anything to this? It's not a matter of if I want to. If I don't, then this trial's already over. Mr. Williamson, I believe that somebody else did enter that room, but managed to evade the security system. Isn't the room like right there though? God. Nonsense. Did you just make that up? Yes and no. Nice, maybe. I have a general idea of where I'm trying to go with this. Oh, are you gonna bring up the power outage now of all things? Quit whispering in amongst yourselves and give me some answers. How do you propose that somebody avoid an intricate network of cameras and alarms? And no, I will not accept ninjas in an answer. Okay, samurai ninjas? I'm still planning on it. It would have been my first guess. Blind guessing gets you nowhere in this world. I gave my best guess, and that was wrong, so I think guessing can go anywhere now. We are here in court to find solid answers, with very liquidy responses. Proof, not supposition. Oh, gas me a river. It was a joke. Save the humor for another time. Okay, you have a sour disposition. And we're still waiting, right? Okay, fine. Let me get back to the answer to the sweet witness then. Why all the hostility from this guy? Actually, it's not that complicated. Bypass the system would have been very easy. Are we now bringing this up? Now we are. Okay. God. If I recall correctly, there was a power outage that morning, and yet there's still footage of Wayne entering the room before he died. Unless I'm getting the time wrong when he entered it. If I'm forgetting... Well, I'm pretty sure I'm already forgetting like exactly the right time that Wayne supposedly entered the room. Then, he must have entered like way before 5:36? 5:38, still. And was in there for like half an hour, 30 minutes, and then left some point? Yes. This would have been the perfect opportunity for a third party to sneak in. An opportunity, yes, but that doesn't mean it actually happened. You can't just ignore the fact that for almost an hour, every camera in the building wasn't working. I'm not ignoring anything. It's you who are overlooking the fact that the Valley's tower had multiple layers of security, not all of which required electricity to function. Miss Keyes being one of them. Yeah, let's bring that up. Huh? Me? Miss Keyes was stationed at the reception desk. She would have seen anybody who came to the room. Ouch. I thought that'd be obvious to think about. I forgot that there was a person watching that area the whole time. Sigh. Why don't we ask her ourselves? Miss Keyes, did you see anybody else into the penthouse? No, I didn't. Tee-hee, ooh. There's only one way in and out of that room, and that's through me. Like, phase through a ghost through the desk into the room? Okay, that's weird. Nobody could have gotten in without me knowing. Here are the floor plans of the building. You'll see that what she says is true. Okay, yeah, every single room, if you want to get to the penthouse, you have to go through reception. Unless you get onto the roof and go through the window. Well, where's the reception desk here? Because the door is, like, right there, the double doors. Will the reception desk be in the right side of the room? Because, what was it, like, someone can just, like, use the elevator staircase and just go all the way to the rooftop and go through the window, propelled downwards. Like, since there's a photo of, Galante there. Yeah. The only way to access this door is through reception, where the witness was. I see. But what is this strange symbol on the left side? Strange symbol? That would be a window. Oh, well, yeah. Must realize that a rather large bay window from which you can view the entire cityscape. Of course, since this support these floor plans as evidence. The prosecution would also like to present this photo of the crime scene. So much blood, that must have been a very serious wound. He is dead, for all your honor. Yeah. There's that and that. And that, as they say, is that. This trial's spinning out of control faster than I can say guilty. It's kind of par for the course, and I don't really feel anything attention-wise. I believe that we've heard enough. I see no reason to prolong this trial. During me decide it's... Okay, you're... Okay. We literally just got new evidence, anyway? What is this music? Maybe it's just me, but sometimes the music in this game so far just doesn't feel like in tone. Like, I can actually, like, get behind almost all the choices that were in Contended Court, like, even though those are from many different games and all that. They seem very, very into the tone with the scene and the setting involved. But here, okay, military stuff, and I'm, okay, this song actually sounds sort of familiar, but I'm getting off track. Your Honor, at the beginning I said that was the prosecution's goal to prove Wayne Parker is guilty of all Sir Galante's crimes. And you're gonna bring up old cases? How many of them? 3 years worth? We had to even touch on the subject. Oh, okay, school of time studies. Oh yes, I forgot about that. We can't have that man walking away only charged with 1 murder now, can we? It will be an injustice to the dead. It's just great. He held out the verdict so that he had even more punishment. Death penalty time. Sir Galante leaves his mark after each crime. And what mark was that, and where did he leave it? That just mark is known only to the top people in the investigation. The question the defendant knew a rather suspicious amount about it. What? There's probably knowledge that he should not have been. Defense have anything to say regarding this accusation? No. Wait, what? How would Parker know about that anyway if he's innocent? Unless he really is like... Huh. Nick, you better think up something fast. They don't give get out of jail free cards to serial killers. Well, I mean, you just gotta buy a Monopoly game and get one from there, right? I know, I'm thinking. Remember everything Cody told us about Sir Galante? He gave us that neat poster and everything. Oh, yes. Wow, look at that. Look at this MS Paint document. It has his MO written right there. Slay the evil, protect the innocent. Okay. But it's another thing entirely if you're an innocent yourself then, huh? Are you sure Cody's the best person to be looking to for information? Yes, his drawing skills could need some work. Yeah, well, at the moment, he's all we got. You know, barely anything with Sir Galante besides what he told us. That's all we have to go on here. Yeah, the superhero heroics, yay. Well, spin your wheels, gears of fate. I guess she's right. Is there any evidence which shows that Mr. Parker isn't Sir Galante? Any evidence that shows it wasn't him? Would it be the photo? Because Cody took this picture of someone on the roof of the tower, and literally, yeah, Wayne Parker must have brought in a whole suit of armor if it was him, and went out the window just to be in the rooftop, then went back through the window of the penthouse and walked down the stairs without the armor. Miss Key saw him? What? Okay, this... My client is Sir Galante, and this proves it. No. Well, it doesn't prove, like, well, it just proves there's someone else on the rooftop. Well, we need Cody to bring that in, so, Making my job easier. Might as well. You're welcome. Free cards. He gave us a poster. Are you sure Cody's the best person to get information? All we got, we know barely anything about Mr. Galante besides what he told us. That's all we have to go on here. Right, is there any evidence which shows that Mr. Parker isn't Sir Galante? It isn't him? So we literally had to... A serial killer has been murdering criminals for the past 3 years. The police have been leading a sensitive investigation to find him. And it's, for some goddamn reason, like... How does Wayne Parker know about this whole, like, MO thing, even when we don't even know about it? It's a top secret thing, so yeah, I can understand that. But if we're supposed to be here proving it's not him, then, like, even though you're not even gonna bring up what the mark is, I guess it makes sense. But, like, still, murder weapon has Mr. Parker's fingerprints on it. The only thing I think of is, like, the report, because... But it has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now, because, like, obviously that small knife, unless, you know, he spent way too long chopping through bone in that with, like, a small something knife. I don't even know what those are called. The wound is 7 inches deep, the greatest. Yeah, something bigger. So, how exactly do you prove it's not him? It couldn't be him? Yeah, this is what I'm saying about the whole difficulty spikes. It just feels out of place. and we should like know things ahead of time than we should. Like when it comes to like the normal Phoenix Wright games, like sure, like there's some points where like you have to like take a thing that's a spot, but they telegraph it really well. Like literally, Rise in the Ashes, even though I heard many people have issues like it's like figuring things out with I guess the first testimony of that case entirely, which I can understand why there's some obtuse things in there, like very precise things in there. But later on, when it goes to the whole thing of I'm not gonna spoil anything, but more things where you have to make some jumps and leaps, they telegraph it really well and foreshadow and hint at it several numerous times over the course. But here, I don't think there's anything like that. Cody's photo. If it's not that, because apparently Knight of Armor is there, and like, and apparently this will follow along with Cody's information that he's given us so far, thus far, this year. Then, from Cody, Galante's Creed. Say the evil protected innocent. How does it prove it wasn't him? All this proves there's someone with, on the roof with a cape. It's so dark. And security cameras watch over every room to the pen at the top. And since we have no information on his other killings, how does it prove it's not him after literally a body had just said that he knows Galante's MO for some reason? What? Well, I don't really want to go on the whole thing. I'll have to report the next guess. Okay, that's not it. What is it now? So, okay. I swear, I'll be constantly addressing a guide for this, because even I don't remember, like... I'm going through this to just show, like, there's, like... I'm going through this entire game to show off there's one case, and, like, there's some cool ideas in this fan game that I really like. And that's the ones I want to get to. But the points to getting there are always going to be a bit awkward and weird, so I'll get back to this in a bit. Okay, so I'll give you 5 seconds to figure out exactly what is to prove that it's not Sir Galante. Right here, right now. And it's quite a doozy. You know what that is? It's the security camera system. I'll let it spin its own wheels for a bit. Let's take a look at the security tape again. What do we see? Wayne Parker about to enter a room, even though there's a road right there and a gate to his left right there, or his right, you know what I mean? What's the defendant? Presumably on his way into the penthouse, right, Sarah? Right. What are you getting at? I see nothing strange. And therein lies our problem. What do you mean? It's not what I see so much as what I don't see. Prosecutor, what is Sir Galante known for dressing up as when he kills his victims? Yeah, it's going for this, the costume thing. God, that's classified. So, wait, you're gonna prove... Wait, hold on a second. I'm confused now. So, you want to prove that Wayne Parker is the culprit here, at the same time we're hiding the MO. Everything. It makes sense if you want to, like... No, actually, it doesn't make much sense. Like, if this is supposed to be high classified stuff, then, like, make this a higher court thing? All that, but, like... Oh, God. You're gonna say it's him by just saying it's him. That makes no sense, besides just saying defendant does know that. Says he knows what the MO is, when we have no idea what it is, so he could just be lying for all we know. I mean, there's that, but... Oh, God. And now teenage boys everywhere are able to imitate him to their heart's content. It's a Knight, isn't it? Yes. Tell me, which picture do you see in Knight? And what makes this even more confusing for me, anyway, is I went on a whole tirade about the security camera system and the blackout thing, so this made it doubly confusing for me. So even if it was completely obvious to any of you watching this, then it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. Oh no. I don't. Finally some progress. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that you finally made some progress. No, because that's a stupid contradiction. Well, that's not the case. What, he's a mind reader too now? And no, I'm not a mind reader, but you're overlooking one very important thing. Okay, that's what a mind reader would say. But honestly, like, I don't know if I'm just annoyed a few times, like, for just going through this game just to see, like, the pros and cons of this game. Because honestly, this would be probably my least favorite, just my pure memory. I don't even know, I still didn't even remember like all the, I guess, smaller errors. But I do know, like, I'm still piecing together, I should probably just say this right now, that I'm, honestly I'll put this my least favorite, then descending order. I'm going to put him, kind of go on top because it's the most polished. I don't even think there's many differences between it was released or not, like first releases and people playing it first time. Then Turnabout Substitution, even though I know there's some issues with that. Well, I'll just get into it anyway, I still love that game. Then I guess Trials of Justice, which I'm, that's also unfinished, but like there's some cool moments in there. It's polished for what it is, but there's some smaller things in there, which I already went into there. And through this is gonna be interesting to go through more bigger issues in terms of writing. It's not even a whole thing of like I'm annoyed to the point of like I don't want to play through this anymore. It's more like I'm more gloss over stuff. Yeah, or like it's interesting, but like it's also a bit annoying for me anyway. That's why I keep going through this. Just because Galante is famous for his knight armor doesn't mean that he has to wear it everywhere he goes. Okay, they decided to go undercover this time. Yeah, that makes complete sense. So I don't know why we're going with this. Actually, I had a problem with the idea that this was even one of Galante's killings to begin with. What? What, are we gonna point at the fact that I'm, oh, the MO is supposed to be blood, but we didn't find anything to scene? How are you supposed to know that's his MO or not? Don't go there, Nick. Please, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. I don't remember, like, again, I only remember who the culprits are for each case, which I'm never, ever gonna properly, like, even reveal or hint at as best I can. But, oh god, the details for this. Nick, what are you talking about? Mr. Galante personally confessed to us last night. Are you literally gonna bring that up to everyone here? I know, but they never believe that. Exactly. They accuse me of making it up to cover for the defendant. They say the same thing for the prosecution as well, for like saying, defendant knows the MO and all that, right? You can literally just bring up the MO right here. I'm just trying to buy Mr. Parker some more time. What do you mean? Of course it was Sir Galante. How can you be so sure? The scene fits his current MO to the T. His handwriting is all over it. There was no writing anywhere, though? What? What would he draw in the crime scene? Well, I mean, I hope he didn't draw the picture, because that's a cinematic masterpiece. Not artistic masterpiece, it's cinematic. Metaphorically speaking, of course. I'm pretty sure it's to be given. I disagree. Once again, something very important is missing. You disagree? Ha! This is rich. What do you know? I've been chasing after this guy for 3 years. Oh. You didn't even know he existed until yesterday. Yesterday was enough. Detective Waters told me not to know that something very big is missing from the crime scene. Well, just that. What's missing? What are we looking for? I don't know. No, hold on. Okay, I swear to God, I'll say this right here and it's say, I don't know. To be told, I'm not actually sure. A very general idea, though. Tell me. Galante's mark. We had a chance to investigate the crimes yesterday. We found nothing out of the ordinary. It looks like Detective Waters needs to focus on more vision. There's like a defense attorney against the scene. Ms. Williamson, did you know that the mark was not found? Yes, I did. However, that's irrelevant. Isn't this supposed to be the MO, though? What? The marks never found right away. Wait, what? Galante doesn't leave his marks at the scene of the crime. I never said that. Okay, that makes sense. I'm sure Detective Waters didn't either. Where did he leave them? Usually a nearby building. That was a photo of the victim on the ground beside them. So we need to look through the rest of the buildings to figure out if this actually is a Galante killing. Did you find this mark in a different building with the photo of the victim right there and there? Did you? Makes it easy for us to identify his hits. That's strange. Why were they so confident Sir Galante is the killer? Did you find it yet? Even though, literally, it was nighttime when Detective Waters basically said to us that they didn't find this mark at all. So, okay. Apparently, haven't even found the mark yet. Yes. What, is it like a third thing here? Like another mark? Besides photograph and whatever this MS Paint marking thing is. It was... Oh my gosh, Cody is the killer! We have ways of telling when he's killed somebody. Just never confirmed until we find the mark. I see, so like it's just hint one clue. Step 1, this. Step 2, step 3, progress. What are these ways? Weapon type, position of the body, ferocity attack. Okay. So, I mean, would it be like assuming they're going off the photo, it'd be that the big sword would be the crime thing, even though, like, I think Detective Waters mentioned this will be the burn weapon? Position of the body, what's so special about the position of the body to be presented as a killer? Like, his legs fold up this certain way, this certain angle, like a certain 45-degree, 96% angle, and they were killed ferociously? Okay, that makes much more sense. Throat's been slit open vertically. Vertically. Oh god, I actually missed that. That's actually kind of morbidly to think about. Oh god. And the wound is 7 inches deep at the greatest. Well, for the neck, I'm assuming. And the victim is a single large slasher wound from his enemy to the carotid artery. I don't remember where the carotid artery is. I know the abdomen is like... I can't remember if the carotid artery would be on your arms or your legs. So, So just be a long diagonal slash somewhere. And also, like, Water said, like, almost cut in half entirely. So, that matches ferocity and weapon type, but position of the body? That's all circumstantial until you find the mark, though. Sometimes circumstantial is all you need. If that's all we need, then I'm pretty sure, like, just from past Phoenix Wright case, we can get our firm clients lickety split then, huh? No. I believe that you're familiar with this concept, aren't you, right? Wait, is he referring to that case? What case? Oh, what? Okay, first off, he's talking about literally when Phoenix was arrested for the crime of the Borscht Bowl Club, or talking about literally, literally when Darren Mission was murdered and Kristoff was meant to be the culprit there? Because I guess he could figure out, if he's talking about the Borscht Bowl Club, then he might have figured things out if he were the case out for that case. That makes sense. The poker card is obviously a very weirdly easy thing for the culprit to suddenly have just missed. That can make sense. But if the other thing, it's literally the jury system. And if we're going the whole fact of, like, this game's, like, he's going on with, like, the last case where them, like, Wee's defense solved a case from just circumstantial evidence only, from proving, you know, God, Kylie Washington was the culprit. I now see the problem. If you're talking about the Borscht Bowl Club, makes sense. I don't fault you there. The prosecution remains convinced that Galante was the culprit here, because Phoenix did actually make forged evidence, but did not say it actually did come from the crime scene. Only Apollo presented it as that, and that's almost forged evidence, but that would actually mean he would have an issue with Apollo then. Yeah, because Phoenix never brought the card entirely on its stand there, so it wouldn't even brought in the court case. Apollo would just, like, get it from Trucy, and I'm definitely sure they wouldn't talk about that in the whole entire thing. Especially since, you know, even, like, Phoenix, like, you know, when he got disembarred from the forged evidence thing, he was also given, like, a similar forged evidence from the same, you know, person. Yeah. And I don't think the court would believe him on that if he brought it up, so, yeah, no. That doesn't make sense? Okay, we'll figure what your whole deal is later then. But we're running out of time, and just honestly, just piecing things together just like this, it's probably the main reason in going through these games, like, having a fun time just piecing through, like, fan and canon almost with the actual canon. It's kind of interesting and fun to see, like, how things, like, are being toyed with and messed around with. It's probably most of the reason I keep going through things. And honestly, like, the reason why I like Contempt of Court so much is honestly, besides the fact that I honestly love every single case, I'm not even going to talk about who the culprit is for there. I'm going to keep those completely spoilery separate, even though I played this for the third time in the series. All the cases there are pretty interesting, and they fall along with the canon really well, actually. Even though there's not much to, like, you know, parallel and keep up with there, it's its own thing. It's over, like, a short period of time, that whole thing. But it's still fun that it matches really well with just canon really nicely. And this one is supposed to be branching away from canon, but they still have to base things off of actual past canon as well. So I guess we'll see how that turns out, and see how well I toy with canon itself. Because that's the big thing I like reading through, like, just fan-made stuff entirely. You can somehow, like, change things around to make it your own thing, but still make it feel like its own general story, with its own unique spin. That's what I look for, and that's what I enjoy. I see many fan stories that I'm like try doing that thing and fail. Whether the writing was just very off the walls bonkers, literal like legitimately literal plagiarism of like rewriting entirety script of a game, and just that, or like literally just branching off from a certain choice or like a certain plot point and doing its own thing with the same exact characters and cases and all that, or like just plot in general. And this is going to be an interesting thing because instead of the other games taking place like in between things, this is forging its own path. Honestly, like literally, Dual Destinies as this game takes place overlapping it. Dual Destinies no longer exists in this game's canon. Spirit Justice afterwards is not going to be canon either at this point because Mai is here. So literally everything passed from First Ace Tyranny to the third game to Apollo Justice, and of course the two investigation games will all be canon. But then after after all of that comes this game, and we embrace all our assumptions off those, which would be pretty interesting, because pretty easy to do though, since I don't take account of anything to Dual Destinies or Spirit Justice really, because I'll lay this out right here without saying any spoilers. Dual Destinies is fine for what it is, but exceedingly boring at times. Spirit Justice, really fun game. The second case is honestly amazing. If you have a reservation about going through the game, you just like watch or like buy just to play the second case. I think that the second case is worth it. Story wise, the Dual Destinies and Spirit Justice, in my opinion, are pretty hit and miss. Like honestly, like they're not good in story because Dual Destinies like completely upends the entirety of Paul Justice entirely. I guess there's some sort of sense to like the same thing with here, but like it feels like they honestly like just from that whole thing with just to bring up Kristoff again, they're actually branching things off from Apollo Justice instead of Dual Destiny's way of him. Hey, don't remember Apollo Justice? Oh, forget entirely about that. We're just bringing the characters over, and that's it. Don't worry about it. Character development? Who needs that? I'll probably go more into it later on, so I don't spoil it. Don't really spoil Dual Destinies and Spirit Justice. I'll probably talk about those more during this game, but for now, this is mostly just gonna be a warning for later episodes. And would be a good time to end us off here. So, have a fun time to watch as I am playing this. Hope you see you next time, what time may be, and I'll hope you have a fantastic day.